One viewer. Hey, how are you? Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. I just figured out I could live stream on YouTube. The last time I tried this, it wouldn't work. So I'm just trying to get used to this. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Your message in chat didn't come up for me immediately, so I'm trying to see if I can get it to show up again, but it like keeps flickering. So sorry if I missed something. Thanks for coming along, though. How are you? Good to see you. No. It's all on mine. I got it now. I think the message is up. I don't know. I'm doing fine, thanks. Good to see you. What are you up to? I didn't really have anything planned for this stream. I just wanted to throw on the camera and see if anyone joined and chat with some people, maybe. Um, how's the audio, by the way? Can you hear me all right? Am I too loud, too quiet? The chat's doing it again. Well, oh my god. I'm terribly sorry about this. This is like awful. Let's move this up here. Yes, this is a sword, by the way. Sorry, there now. Bear with me in this. This isn't the most stable setup. Can I fix that there? Audio's clean. Good. Good. I literally have this like leaned up against a few boxes. Not the most stable thing. Usually, I have it over in the windowsill. I have these because this is actually there's a pool table here right next to my desk. That's like rare to use, so I have it covered with this kind of cloth, and I just have a bunch of boxes on it that I never put away. But usually, I have the camera over in the window over here, facing that way when I'm talking. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say. I actually wasn't really expecting. I should probably mute notification, shouldn't I? I wasn't really expecting anyone to join, so yeah, you kind of caught me off guard, admittedly. Yes, I don't know if you can hear that, but yes, my notification sound is a duck quacking. I've been meaning to change that for some while, but never bothered. Pick this up again. As I mentioned, I have this set up on a pool table, and there's just a load of junk on here. I'm deliberately try to keep it so it doesn't show up in videos, but there's just boxes of Transformers toys and stuff, and yeah, and an actual sword, fencing sword. I do fencing every Wednesday, so that's why I just casually have something like that lying around. So yeah, um, You can hear the notification. Yeah. I mean, you're the only one here, so I guess I can get away with it this time. I was gonna. There is an option to share this live stream. I was gonna do that, but I figured I'd get one or two people at most, and I didn't even know if this live stream would work, so I wasn't really gonna bother sharing it in case anyone didn't show up. But if you have any topics for conversation or anything you want to bring up, feel free. You're the only one here, so the stage is all yours. If you want to chat about anything in particular, want to ask me anything about YouTube, I'm all game. Uh, cool. Okay. Um, at least I get this blue arrow that lets me know when there's like a chat message. So I have that at the very least. But there's probably a better way to do this. I am doing this all on my phone, so that's probably a big reason why this is so difficult. If I was doing this on my tab or something, it would be fine. If I didn't join the live stream, would you be looking at the camera for how long would I be looking at the I was thinking actually, I was gonna let it run for a few moments. I've already been streaming for 10 minutes, and I think you joined about 4 or 5 minutes in, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but I did make a cup of tea before I started, so I guess at least until I got down through this, and then if anyone didn't show up, I'd call it a day. I was literally going to go right to bed before doing this, but I was watching a YouTube video. I was watching Review Tech USA's video where he was talking about his channel. The My Channel is a Mess is the name of the video, and he was talking about like YouTube content and stuff. And I don't know, I just got this sudden idea. Okay, let's try live streaming and see if how that pans out. So yeah, I was gonna go to bed and I said, I'll try this. It's not like there's a bunch of people who would show up, so it's not like I need to worry about streaming for hours. I knew that like at most I'd probably be doing this for a few minutes, but I've been doing this for 11 minutes so far, so that's something I suppose. Let's see if there's anything in chat. I commented right when the stream started. Perhaps it's my bad internet. It's the chat. It doesn't show up. If you want to see if you can. No, I can stay here for a bit. It's no hassle. I mean, I'm glad someone joined. I'm glad I have someone to talk to. It gives me a reason to keep going. No, I think your message did show up in chat, but I have no way to like permanently display chat here. As I said, I'm doing this on my phone, so chat isn't always displayed. I literally have to scroll up on the screen to view chat messages, so that's why it takes me a second to get around to see the latest ones. So I suppose that does give me something to figure out for like next stream, that I should probably do this on my tablet next time or something, because if I have multiple people join in the future and everyone's chatting, I can't really read it all if none of it's showing up. So ironic, you're sort of helping me out in this weird roundabout way by just being here. So thanks, I guess. I was actually gonna record a video as well, but didn't really get around to it. I was gonna do a. There we go again. But as I said, not too worried about the notifications. It's just us. So uh, yeah, it can be. I mean, I can't really say much. It's not like I have to worry about 100 people or anything. But yeah, for someone who's not in any way tech savvy or whatsoever, it's something to keep in mind, I suppose. But yeah, as I was saying, I was going to do a Metroid Dread video actually, but see, here's a weird thing about me. Like, I'll think of video ideas, especially when I'm recording videos, and I'll have the intention to film them right after or film them the next day. But it'll take me 4 days to a week to actually get around to it. It comes down to sometimes laziness or just not having as many ideas in the end as I thought I would. Because right now I'm still playing the game, but I'm on my like sixth playthrough or something, and I was going to do like a final thoughts video or something, but I think I want to finish the game again one more time, 100% it before doing that again in case any opinions change, which they won't. But yeah, so bit of insider knowledge for you, I guess. But no, I actually really appreciate you coming out to watch me. Of like of all the YouTubers you could be watching who are probably streaming right now, it's I appreciate the fact that you're watching me of all people, especially when I'm doing nothing but sitting here uh, trying to make conversation. So I really appreciate that. There's nothing really here, but you're here, and that's kind of nice. So thank you for that. Um, but yeah, like I said, if there's I came into this completely unprepared. So if there's any topics, feel free to shoot them at me. As I said, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I've been doing YouTube since 2013. This is my second channel. My other one still exists, but I moved on to this one because the other one was getting messy in terms of content. But I've been doing YouTube all that time, and I haven't really changed all that much. The content has sort of been very much the same. So I had a fair bit of growth toward the end of that channel. And recently, I've had some good bit of growth with this channel the last week in particular. But and for someone who, in my view anyway, I feel like my channel is pretty stagnant at times. So for you to say something like that it's underrated is quite a surprise, and it's quite nice. So again, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. As for writing ideas down, yeah, sometimes I do. For some videos, I will. There's literally a notebook right here that I like write stuff on sometimes, and a few of my other videos from last year, you can probably see it, and I do reference notes in this. But a lot of the time, I don't, because a lot of the time I just sort of literally throw on the camera like right now and just jump straight into it. It's a bad habit to be for being a YouTuber, I know, but admittedly, it's laziness, which isn't a good habit to have as a YouTuber, especially if you're wanting to grow. But I mean, I have to admit it. There is that element of it. Uh, but yeah, no, I have stuff in here going back to even my last channel in a way. Well, no, this was from like the start of this channel. Like I have stuff here from, uh, for example, my E3 predictions and Nintendo Direct predictions and stuff. I usually write them all down in this. As I was saying there, like I literally have a, let's see, like an E3 2018. I don't know if it's going to be merged. You probably won't be able to see this, but it's yeah, it's merged, I think. E3 2018 like predictions list, and all the stuff I wrote down in that, and at the back, you've E3 2019 and 2020's in there, or 2021's in there, and a few other stuff as well. But so like I'm really good at doing that sort of stuff. But when it comes to just general videos overall, for some reason, uh, bad habits settle in, I guess. It's something I should really get on top of, especially as someone who wants to grow as a YouTuber and expand my audience. It's a habit I should be getting into, but I've been staying the same for better or for worse. Believe it or not, like I'm actually fairly nervous right now because number one, it's live, and the fact that I actually have someone here that I'm talking to and all this, I'm not really used to it. It's kind of a different vibe than recording something beforehand because you do have, sorry, yeah, so I've had ideas for like years about stuff I want to. I've always wanted to try my hand at like skits, even short films and stuff. Filmmaking and acting is like my main passion. So, that's always something I've thought about and wanted to incorporate into YouTube. But the only reason why YouTube has always stayed the same for me throughout like the entire 8 years is, and this might be a bit of a shock, but the only internet I have in this house is from my mobile data on my phone. No exaggeration. That is literally how I'm doing this stream right now. That is how I have uploaded every video in the last few years. Everything I do is literally through this alone. There's nothing else outside of that. Um, I do have like the money to buy equipment and stuff. So like if I wanted to do a short film or something, for example, same, I don't know. Oh, really? At least I'm not the only one. So sometimes I feel like the odd one out in the crowd. But for the longest time, I've never had uh, any internet. So for literally until last year. So how I did YouTube up until like last year was I would whenever I would go to a friend's house or if I was out somewhere, public Wi-Fi, I would record a video and it would take me like 2 weeks to upload it because I'd only be able to upload it when I am somewhere else. So that's why on my older channel and the older videos on this channel, there's like huge gaps between the upload times because I'm reliant on things that happen outside. And what changed was I changed my mobile plan. I got a new phone. I had an iPhone last year that a friend gave to me. And when I changed my plan for that and I had data all the time, I suddenly had access to internet all day, every day of the week. It used to be reliant on I'd put credit in, and if I used the internet, it would go down very quickly after like a day or two. So now I don't have that. Now I have internet all day, every day through my data. So that's how I can upload whenever I want. It revolutionized my channel last year. I was able to I uploaded a lot more. I was able to edit videos for like the first time because I was downloading apps and able to edit them on the fly. iMovie Maker was how I did a lot of those. But this is an Android. I got this phone right before E3, so around May, June. Um, it's an Android, so no iMovie Maker. So you'll notice if you watched any of the videos from back in June, there's a slight change in quality for about 4 or 5 of them because I was trying to get used to the camera quality and the editing software being lower quality. So that kind of knocked me back a bit. But so far, I'm surviving. I'm doing okay so far, but it is a struggle sometimes if I'm trying to edit in game footage or images or something. It can be tricky because iMovie is quite the perfect software for things like this. But I went a bit off track. You asked me about expanding my content. As I said, I could do stuff if I wanted to do films. I could get equipment and stuff, and I've wanted to in the past. And even on my last channel, I advertised that I was doing a short film, but the reason it never went through was because none of my friends or anyone around me was ever interested. So it was always just me on my own. And yeah, I could do skits and stuff on my own. The reason I didn't was the one, that internet thing was an issue, but not having access to equipment, knowing that if I did get the equipment, that money would kind of be wasted in a way because YouTube, I kind of struggle with maintaining viewership on YouTube. So I knew that I could put all this effort into making something and less than 10 people could see it and it wouldn't be worthwhile. If I wanted to make something, and especially if I was proud of it, I wanted to get the most amount of views. Because even if you look at this channel, especially my last few videos, you'll always see a big inconsistency. One video might get 10 views, the next one might get 500 views. I don't know what causes this. It's sort of random, and um, recently things have been improving. Yeah, kind of same story as you. We didn't have any internet connection 2016, 2019. You might feel the same way as I do. It was revolutionary when I did have this connection because I could text anyone whenever I wanted. I could upload whenever I wanted. Completely changed everything. I was catching up to the rest of the world, so to speak. But yeah, no, with recent videos as well, like I've always struggled with subscriber numbers and views. I care about them a lot. I have an ego, of course, like everyone else. I naturally want my sub growth to grow up, and I want to have, hundreds of views per video, but I'll be lucky if I get 5 views. And the thing about that is it always kicked me down a bit and discouraged me from trying new stuff because the watch time's another thing. I've done videos that I have put work in, that I have put a lot of effort and editing into. That'll get, like, the video could be 20 minutes long, and the watch time, if the video has like 20 views, the watch time could be less than a minute. And for all of my videos up until like the last week or so, the most amount of watch time I could get was about 2 minutes. And that's whether the video was 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And so it was something that really bothered me because the bulk of my conversation would happen outside of those 2 minutes. So I felt trapped in that sort of way. And um, for some reason, since Metroid Dread came out, even though the views have been like an average of like 20 to 30 views, there's been a weird sort of growth with my channel. I've gotten a lot of subscribers in the last like 4 weeks. The growth has really gone up. I think I was at like 210 or something at the start of the month, and now I'm at like 224. And like the watch time on average has gone up from like 2 minutes to 3 minutes. I'm not sure if it's my most recent video or the one before, but one of them is like an average of like 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. It's always unfair, especially like the notification thing. I wasn't sure if any of my subscribers would get notifications for this live stream or for my videos. Actually, now that you're here, that's a good opportunity for me to ask. Do you get notifications for my videos? Because I've always wondered, because sometimes people do comment immediately, but I'm not sure if they're really getting notifications or if it's just a coincidence or if I'm getting recommended. Every YouTuber starts literally grinding it. As I said, I've been doing the same thing for years. So there's that persistence element to it as well. But no, it has been very encouraging, the fact that my watch time and views have slightly increased, as well as my subscribers. Like this last 2 weeks, it's been quite the amount of growth for the channel. It's the most I've seen in a while, and I'm really happy. But there's a downside, because every time I've seen any growth with the channel, there's always like a sharp drop immediately after. So like I'm expecting, going into November now, once like the Metroid hype dies off, I'm expecting the views might stay the same, but I'm thinking the watch times. Every time I upload a video, I keep expecting the watch time to drop under 2 minutes again. I keep expecting to lose subscribers. So it's very volatile. I never really know what to expect. It's never been stable for me. So it's a thing in the past where, like, I want to do new things, but will people even pay attention? Will I lose my current audience? You'll even see examples of that on this channel. You get notifications half the time. Oh, wonderful. That actually surprises me, because I often hear, big YouTubers saying nobody gets notifications. So if a nobody like me is getting notifications to my subscribers, that's great. That brilliant. What, you actually check the channel? That's, wow. I'm actually impressed. Like, thank you, because it's so strange to me, because like obviously the quality of my videos and stuff, but I didn't think anyone would be interested that enough, because I talk about the same sort of stuff every other YouTuber in this category talks about. Every other gaming discussion channel does what I do, but like better. So it really surprises me when I see, especially consistent people like yourself coming back. I'm used to, like, there's videos I've made in the past where I've wanted people to comment and engage, to suggest ideas they want to see from me, and no one's ever commented. But in the last few weeks and last few months, I'm seeing a few commenters. Like almost every video now gets comments, and I'm seeing familiar faces. You're one of like the main ones that keeps popping up, and I love seeing that. That's actually genuinely heartwarming. I like that I have um, something of an audience, I guess, if I can call it that. But the fact you're manually checking my channel to see if I'm uploaded, that you care that much, really surprises me. And again, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means quite a lot to me. What else was I gonna- I think there was something else I was going to say as well. I threw myself off topic. But yeah, I used to care a lot about comments and views and stuff. So that's one thing that's thrown me off from consistently changing and stuff. Not all of this is a roundabout way of me saying I've wanted to do new things. I haven't had the means to, and people wouldn't take notice. That's the short end of it. Wanting to do, audio dramas and things like that, but not having a computer, not having editing software, literally doing all of YouTube on my phone, which is probably like a really big crime in like the YouTube space, which is what makes this impressive to me, that I have over 200 subscribers and I have familiar people like you coming in. Really huge surprise to me that there's a few people sticking around consistently. Genuinely a really big shock. So actually, I can use this opportunity to ask you, actually. I think this is a very valuable insight I can get. What brings you, what about my videos is engaging? Like, I can see feedback here. Like, what is it that I'm doing right versus what is it that I'm doing wrong? Now that I have someone here, the feedback and the potential here is going to be very valuable to me. So uh, anything you have to say would really be valuable to me. I guess I'm mumbling words here, but you said you check notifications and come back here. So like, what is it that is engaging versus, like, let's say, I don't know the types of channels you watch, but if you're watching me, I presume you watch other gaming news channels and things like that. So my content versus something more professional, like other gaming discussion channels or whatever, what is this about me that stands out from them, I guess? Is there anything more I can do to make myself stand out? That's another big thing. And as I said, any feedback is welcome. I do actually should mention, you asked me about new ideas and stuff. The channel is called Novus Talks, and in my introduction video, the first video on this channel from 3 years ago, I mentioned that I wanted to bring guests on and talk to people. That's sort of where the name came from. I was going to bring friends in with the desk here. We'd be sitting either side, and we just have a topic, to kind of like a podcast almost. That's where it came from. Podcast is nothing I've wanted to do, but again, I don't have anyone that's interested. I don't have anyone that would want to do it on a daily basis. And anyone that would be interested typically isn't interested in the same topics as I am. So that's another thing that's really sort of thrown me off. A lot of factors have been working against me for the longest time. So it's literally sheer willpower that I'm still here on YouTube and still doing this content. I should have given up a long time ago, but for some reason, I'm still pushing forward with it. A big reason is because I wanted to stay on YouTube long enough to see the release of Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime 4. Now that like one of those is here, I've survived this long. So I suppose in a weird way, that's another thing. Once this whole Metroid thing blows over, I am going to need something else to bring into the mix to excite things. Because last year I did try. I'm not exactly sure what point you came across my channel, how long you've been following me, but last year, toward the end of last year, I did want to try new things because I felt like I was talking about movies and video games. That's a big thing Novus Talks was about. But with the pandemic, there was no movie news, there was no video game news because everything was like grinded to a halt. So it was a struggle for me to find topics that I cared about to talk about. And so I wanted to try new things like reaction videos. And I did a few and I liked them. But again, actually I'm lagging a bit, I think. So is everything, yeah, everything seems fine. I was lagging a bit there on my end, so I don't know if it's okay. But yeah, as I was saying, I tried reaction videos and I enjoyed them and I wanted to do more, but they struggle to get views. And I share my videos on Facebook and on Instagram, but those reaction videos and stuff didn't get that many views. And it's not like my discussion videos got that much more views either, but still, it kind of, I didn't really know if it was worth it or if I was alienating any of my audience. So when I don't get any comments, that's another thing, because I don't know if I'm doing anything right, because I won't get comments saying, "Oh, do more reactions," or "just stick to discussions." I'm lucky if I get comments, so it's 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 tricky in that regards. Well, chat's lagging for me here. Sorry. Should Slenderman 20. The topics aren't. That was the thing, yeah. The videos that have high views. See, that's and you're here from Slenderman. That's interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. Um, See, yeah, the topics. See, that's the thing. I have admittedly backed myself into a corner because I restrict myself to topics that I'm really interested in, because that way I have more enthusiasm. The topics, yeah, I see the ones that have the high views. It's another thing that throws me off is because talking about like Metroid or Slender Man or Five Nights at Freddy's or Transformers or whatever, sometimes because I have a few Metroid videos that have like 10 views, but then I have a few Metroid Prime videos that have over 1,000 views. That's why I'm sharing it on Facebook and controversy being around them. But see, I have nothing to. I don't know what distinguishes one from another. Like, what would make one uh, discussion video on the same topic different from another when they're similar? But why does one get more views than the other? Clickbait, maybe, but I don't think that would affect it to a high degree. Um, so again, if for you personally, like, what is it uh that different? How do I phrase this? Like, what would come across to you as a good video of mine in terms of um like what does a good video of mine versus a bad video of mine look like, or interesting video, whatever phrasing you want to say it. um my wording of things, the exact topic, because I do theories and stuff and reactions, and I think that stuff's pretty interesting, but the views and the lack of comments doesn't really give me any insight to go off of. So it's a struggle to understand. So again, any feedback you have is very helpful. You get 40 views and there isn't a single comment. Yeah. Do I see something similar in these views? Not really, to be completely honest. I have a Transformers video that has like, okay, so my most popular video on this channel is a Transformers video that's about the one of the cancelled movies, and that has like a couple of thousand views. And the reason for that one, I think, is fairly clear. It's because I'm one of the few on YouTube who actually had solid information to talk about on that. And I was showing concept art and things like that. But compared to something like, I use my Metro videos example because some of those have 1,000 views. I would say clickbait or the thumbnails, but not really, because if I'm just talking about something like job hirings or something, I don't know why that's getting 1,000 views. Those videos could be 20 minutes long, but people are watching for 2 minutes, and I haven't even gotten to the main news. So I don't really know. I can only guess sometimes. I guess people like you talking about stuff behind the scenes and unseen stuff for hot takes. Yeah, I tend to agree. It does, maybe as well with the Metroid Dread stuff, because see, no, because my uh my second or third most recent video, the I was talking about spoilers for like Metroid Dread, and that has like 35 views. I would have expected that to get 100 or something, because I'm talking about there's not a lot of people who will be talking about the obscure lore in the background or something. So I don't really get why that would have lower views. I mean, I guess YouTube recommendations is a part of it, but why something like that would have lower views versus this Slender Man thing? Recommendations must be a big thing, but again, behind the scenes, I think you are onto something. It definitely seems to be the behind the scenes and the hot takes. Yeah, I haven't even really had that many hot takes on this channel. Maybe the Slender Man review, I think, was a hot take, but that was one of my oldest videos, and that doesn't have that many views. But the Slender Man script video did get quite a good bit of attention, which I was really happy about. Um, so is it the highly edited ones where I'm talking behind the scenes stuff? I can't really see any differentiation between ones that have a lot of editing versus no editing either. So I don't know, to be completely honest. News about a long away game. See, that's the thing. Like, I know. I mean, I know it says something if most of my videos are Metroid, but like, I mean, yeah, the Metro Prime 4 stuff is a long awaited game and stuff, but not all those videos get high attentions. Quite a few of them will struggle to get 20 views, 10 even. I'm lucky if I can hit 10 views. So, um, it must be something about hitting the right audience at the right time. Thumbnails like a people. I mean, look at the highest views videos. Yeah, that could be thing, but the um, the Transformers one does have an interesting thumbnail because that is artwork that isn't like clickbaity or anything. So thumbnails do affect some of them, um, but some of the Metroid Prime videos are literally just the job listing itself as the thumbnails, and then some of the ones like the last few videos, like the last 10 videos I did, I've put a lot of work into those thumbnails about highlighting the main pieces of stuff I'm talking about, but they get like 30 views if even. So, I mean, I don't really, it must be, I also, from looking at the YouTube Creator Studio app recently, I notice I can see when people are most active on my channel. So I know the last like 2 or 3 videos I've been uploading based on a time. Apparently, most of my viewers are active, usually around 6 p.m. Irish time. I live in Ireland, so 6 p.m. this time. So the last few videos I've been trying to upload at that time, but I haven't really seen a substantial increase in views because of that. The watch minutes and stuff have gone up quite a bit, so I don't know. But even still, like even those videos, like let's say the behind the scenes videos have a lot of views. The watch time could be 50 seconds. A lot of that probably comes to my personality, the lack of like a professional microphone, the sort of amateurish look to it, probably. So there's not really much I can do in that style. I just have to roll with it, I guess, which has been my attitude I've had for the longest time with this. And one thing I want to bring up actually real quick is that going back to the whole notifications thing, I presume you got a notification for this live stream because you were here. Um, but like you've been the only one here for like 40 minutes that I've been streaming, so I don't think anyone else got notifications, or if they did, they didn't bother, which makes sense, I suppose. Um, so I don't really know. Like I think I picked an okay time to stream, but 200 subscribers and I couldn't even get a few people in. It's I keep repeating myself, but it's tricky to know what's going on. You know, um, I guess people would prefer to see an actual video. They know it'll be edited. and I might have like gameplay footage or something going on. I I don't know. I was thinking like if this stream like was successful, I would upload it and maybe stream regularly, maybe like every Saturday or something. But I don't know, again with the viewership, if I can only get one or two people in, you know, do I bother? These 200 maybe subbed and 20 forgot about this channel. I do think about that. Like I do think that okay, uh, a lot of people definitely sub from one video. Like one of my most popular videos, they probably watched and subbed because that particular topic, and then just didn't bother watching anything else or didn't get notifications for anything else and stopped watching. That's the possibility I think of, and that's probably a big part of it, to be honest. But actually, no, like most of my subscribers, I think, came in the last year because I had this channel since 2018 and I only hit 100 subscribers. Was it recently? Like, was this a couple of months ago, a year, something like that? Um, I did a video recently. Well, I think it was a 200, yeah, it was 200 subscribers. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just sort of randomly and thinking out loud here, actually. Um, but yeah, no, I've been doing YouTube 8 years. You'd think I would have a clear understanding, but my audience understanding is the exact same with that channel as it is with this, in the sense that I'm not getting enough comments or feedback, or the analytics are not clear enough for me to really understand what's going on. I do, obviously, I do suspect and know that it definitely is a number of different factors and uh, feelings going into it. Yeah, I've seen some of those pop up, and I've even watched quite a few from time to time. And a few of the the big YouTubers I've watched have often done one or two videos here and there about recommendations and stuff. But again, a lot of it comes down to branching out the type of content you talk or do or make, and equipment and stuff. But again, it's this self-perpetuating cycle where it's like, how can I put in that extra effort of um, increasing the scope and quality of the channel when it's not going to get that much attention, it's not going to grow that much, and so it stays the same and nothing changes. It's a tough cycle to break out of. um and I've been doing this channel since 2018, as I keep saying, and the fact that I haven't broke the cycle probably means I won't. I might just have to accept the fact that I could be stuck like this for the longest time. I might just have to accept that reality. A lot of views, so maybe this is a sign. Yeah, like I say, in the last week in particular, like the watch time has gone up. My One of my most recent videos, I know, has like a watch time of like 5 minutes on average. I think that video is like 19 minutes long or something, and that's huge for me. As I said previously, the watch time, the longest, has usually been 2 minutes. So to suddenly shoot up to 5 minutes is a really big deal. Within the last month, because of Metroid Dread, even though the views haven't gone up that much, my subscribers have shot up and the watch time has gone up. So there is growth there. I must be getting more recommendations in the algorithm. It can't be clickbait and it can't be my thumbnails, because it's the same as I've kept it before. So that hasn't changed that much. So it can't be the titles and stuff that's affecting it too much, especially when there's other people with similar titles. So it must really come down to a recommendation thing. And if that's the case, I have no idea how to manipulate that. Notifications, again, is a YouTube thing. I don't have any control over that. So I don't know. But yeah, no, things right now in the current moment are pretty promising. But I'm dreading that drop because I'm expecting in the next few weeks the views to go down, I get worried that I'm going to do a video on uh, the Game Awards or the next Godzilla movie or something, and the video might get 10 views versus a Metroid video that got 30 views. There's no sort of consistent audience basis across the board. So, um, if you feel the views might get down, you must be consistent to be able to be. That's the thing. I try to be. Last year, I was uploading either every day or every 2 days, and I tried keeping that going this year, but views were going down, so I kind of stopped. And there was laziness, and there was a bit of fatigue, and um, personal reasons, mental health stuff sort of prevented me from having the motivation to do stuff. But aside from that, the my schedule came down to being, if there was something I was really excited about, like you'll notice with Metroid Dread, going up to release and after release, I am churning out videos on that stuff very frequently. Not every day, not every 2 days, but still at least once a week. My last video, the most recent one I did, it took me. I meant to do that immediately after the last one. I think I even recorded it after the last one, but I didn't upload it till like a few days to a week later. Um, most of it comes down, I think, to the time of editing. Uploading it isn't really the issue. It's just the time it takes to literally watch. I could record a video and it could be 20 minutes and I might cut it down to 10 because there's periods where I'm not talking, I'm stopping, it's silent, I'm thinking of what to say next. So it's having to watch through all that. It takes a lot of time, and I think that's another reason why consistency doesn't come up. But enthusiasm and excitement is a big thing. Like if something big happens, if there's some big news development and I'm into it, obviously I'm on top of it. I'm constantly throwing videos out. But if I'm not into it as much, that does affect my enthusiasm. And even if I try to make myself enthusiastic, it comes across as kind of fake. And that's one thing I really don't want my videos to be. So yeah, that's nothing. But I generally I try to be consistent. If I'm not uploading every day, I'm at least uploading once a week. I at least get one video a week. So there's that at the very least. I've done that before actually. I've done the videos. So this live stream, you'll notice I have my channel logo in it. The videos that have this N logo in it are usually important videos. They're ones where I'm saying I'm taking a break or I'm looking for feedback or I'm doing a live stream. It's to donate a significance and importance to that particular video. Obviously, it's not enough, but there's a few videos on this channel where I've been like, guys, I need feedback, I need suggestions, but people will watch about 10 seconds. So it must be a me thing, a personality element. I guess I'm not over the top and exciting as other people talking about this stuff. So I don't really know what it is in that regard. Like, as I said, I've done a few videos like that, but the response hasn't really given me enough to bounce off of, really. So I have no clue, really. Yeah, two people in chat. Uh, welcome. I can't see who's here, but welcome to live stream. This is a random live stream, and we're back. Just like that, we're back down to one person. Figured I was waiting for that to happen. Maybe more people will come and join. I don't know. That person probably joined because the notification was going for a while, and they saw I wasn't playing a game or anything. They probably saw it was just a regular discussion and jumped out. Oh well, at least I still have one person. At least I'm not talking to myself. But yeah, no. As I was saying, I've done a few videos like that, but no response, no feedback. So I have no idea. Yeah, I didn't even see who joined. I have no idea. I was hoping it would be someone like you who would stay around, but no, I guess it takes a specific type of person to be able to listen to me, I guess. Well, I was getting excited for a moment for my chat, for new messages to pop up in chat from whoever that was, but I don't know. Maybe who knows? Maybe there's still hope. Maybe the person is left so they could share the live stream to their friends. You never know. Um, you actually joined pretty quickly, actually, because I usually people pour in the first 10 minutes of a live stream. You did come in within the first 10 minutes, but I didn't think anyone would come in until about like 20 minutes in. So, and you've been here the entire time, so that's a welcome bonus. Too good to be true. Yeah, exactly. We can't have nice things, I guess. I literally just got to be grateful for what I got, I guess. Never gonna be, probably never gonna be. Let's remain optimistic, I guess. Probably never gonna be that big of a YouTuber. Definitely never big enough to make a living out of it, and definitely never big enough to grow to the point where that would even be a possibility. So, like always, I have to, acknowledge the fact that this is a side thing and will just remain a hobby for the longest time. One that I am very passionate about, but one that doesn't grow, and one that uh, can be tough to maintain, relatively speaking. And hey, we have another person again. Welcome to the chat. This is just a random live stream. Didn't plan anything. Just engage with you guys. Any topics or questions you have, I'm happy to answer. Literally just tried to see if I could live stream on YouTube, if it would work, and it's worked so far. So something's going right. I've literally just been sitting here, just like my videos, chatting for like the last hour almost. So thanks for coming in and hey, hello, Donald. Good to see you. Thanks for commenting. None much. As I'm saying, I've just been here chatting. I set this up randomly just to number one to see if it would work. I've tried streaming on YouTube before and it wouldn't let me because I didn't have a certain amount of subscribers or something, but it's working now. Um, so I just did this to see if it would work, and it did work. I wasn't expecting anyone. I was literally about to go to bed before doing this. I was going to stream for like 10 minutes, then go to bed. I made a cup of tea. I said that by the time I get to the end of this cup of tea, I'd go to bed. But someone actually joined, and we've been chatting this entire time. And now you've joined, so it's somewhat of a success. I might even keep this stream. And Fatboy69 is very excited, as am I, to be honest. I am very excited to have two people in my chat. We might make a living out of this yet, boys. This might be salvageable. I might be able to make a video out of this. I don't even know. Like, I suppose I can save this, download, and like cut out chunks. Maybe I should know this. I'm literally, by the way, Donald. I should say this. I presume I can call it that, by the way. If there's another name you prefer, feel free to share. As I said, like I'm literally doing this the same way I always do it on my phone. I should have done this on tablet because chat isn't displayed permanently on screen. I literally have to manually tap my screen and scroll up to see it. So if it takes me like a minute or so to get around to it, that's the reason why I've tried fiddling around with the screen, but I'm not smart enough to figure this out. Maybe if I did this on a tablet or something worthwhile, it would actually work for once. I know. How are you doing, man? What are you up to? Good to see you here. I've literally just been talking for the last hour about my struggles with viewership and comments, and how I'm in the last week I've seen quite a bit of growth with the channel actually, and uh, we've just been going on about the some of the different topics I've covered, what makes what a good video of mine looks like versus a bad one, general chit chat. But um, as I said to Fat Boy earlier, if there's anything, any particular topic or something you want to ask a question about, want to discuss, shoot it my way. I am very happy to discuss it, since there's so few of us here. Actually, it makes it easier to just jump into topics like that. So again, if you have anything you want to throw my way, feel free to shoot. Um, but yeah, I forget what were we talking about again, Fat Boy. We were uh, consistency with views or something like that, and I was just sort of rambling on and on. Um, but yeah, if you're curious, Donald, why the setup prints, I was explaining earlier. Normally, I have I shoot this on my phone. Unsurprisingly, you probably guessed, but I usually have it up against a box on the windowsill, and so the desk is actually right here. But I'm turned towards a pool. I have a pool table that has like a cloth on and a few boxes of like Transformers toys on it. That's literally what this is lined up against. I figured it would be easier because I'm closer and I can like look at the chat easier versus if I'm looking at it from this distance and having to reach over the desk to do it. Um, and anytime I'm doing a important video, like if I'm asking for feedback or comments, or if I say I'm taking a break, I usually shoot it from this angle. Just some weird bit of trivia there. Don't know why I'm saying that. Literally just making talking out of my ass here, just trying to make a discussion out of it, really. Yeah, this is that's why the setup is different in there, so I don't have to struggle to read, or if anything happens, I can get it out easier. But yeah, as I said, literally, um, I have a pool table here and a few boxes, and that's the amount of stability that this entire thing has. So professionalism, 10 out of 10, I guess. um, so yeah, how are you doing anyway? Are you up to anything? How's your day been going? Anything you want to say? Really, I don't really know what else to throw out there. I also don't really know actually, um, with chat, if messages are delayed. I don't know if you guys are saying something and then it shows up 5 minutes later, or if things are showing up immediately as you're saying them. I don't really know if that's the case, but I would like to hear your thoughts about Nicholas Hammond's Spider-Man. Uh, my name's glad to hear, Don. Glad to hear. That's good. I'm doing all right as well. But Nick Hammond's Spider-Man. I don't even know who that is. Um, I've never been much of a Marvel fan. I have liked Spider-Man. I have liked all of the movies except the Tom Holland ones. Gonna disappoint some people here, but never got into those ones. I've liked the Andrew Garfield and the Tobey Maguire ones. I like them all. Superheroes, both from Marvel and DC, generally speaking, aren't my thing. They haven't really sat with me. I never really found them that particularly interesting. But there's something about Spider-Man, about X-Men, about Batman, and Fantastic Four in particular that I have found entertaining and enjoyable. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about whenever any of those movies are on, they're really entertaining. So I don't really know anything outside of the actual movies, who plays what characters and what. Um, well, I have read. That's another thing I should mention. Notifications are still turned on, so if you hear any, that's what's going on there. Uh, next Spider-Man is basically the live action 70s. Oh, cool, cool. So like really old school kind of pow pow kind of. That's good, really cool. As I said, I haven't seen anything outside of the can you even call them classic in comparison? The more recent era Spider films. I have read some comics, though. That is, I did read the. I can't. Was it the Amazing? I read some Spider-Man comics before. He had a robot, and there was like he was time traveling to different periods and fighting different villains. And Venom possessed like a gladiator or some or a Viking or something, and Electro was there, and I can't remember, but there was a few villains there, and those were really the only comics I read, and I quite enjoyed them. Thing is with me though, I find comics very short, um, as opposed to like if you're reading like a full book or something that's like 200 pages. Um, so getting into comics tends to be difficult for me. I've played some games though. Spider-Man: Web of Shadows on the DS was I grew up with that, and that is a fucking amazing game. Really fun and really expanded my knowledge on like the symbiotes. Because from watching the movies, I presumed it was just Venom or something, but seeing other symbiotes there, and that was a really cool sort of thing. And uh, seeing I also played Spider-Man Friend or Foe, which I think was another DS one, and that was a really cool one. Really tough. It took me several years to get through that game, and when I finally did, a really fun game. There were some tricky puzzles in this, in like the Oscorp building. Um, it's been a while since I've revisited those games. I must revisit them again, but they're pretty fun. So yeah, don't really have an experience with superheroes outside of that. Spider-Man is probably the one I have the most experience with, and that experience is next to none. So that'll tell you that. Sorry to hurt your. Are you going to do more Transformers in the future? Whoops. I said this is unstable. I meant it. Uh, Everything's so good. You can hear me. Um, yeah, Transformers. So I've been meaning to actually for a while. I know Rise of the Beasts has been filming since, well, they just finished filming, but they've been filming since June. I haven't done any videos on it since the Beast Alliance placeholder logo. The reason I didn't talk about Rise of the Beast at all throughout that entire time or done any other Transformers content, number one, it came down to having a huge emphasis on like Metroid, and Saw was a big thing coming into May. Um, Really, it was because my interest, my obsession, like my fanatical obsession, went entirely into Metroid to a crazy degree. Like the first thing I think of getting up in the morning, the last thing I think of going to bed at night is just all these huge theories, and so my brain gets flooded with this one specific thing. Um, I am in several fandoms, Metroid, Transformers, to a degree, Five Nights at Freddy's, and a few other things as well. But I also have periods where I kind of fall out of them, where I get fatigue and I fall out of them for a bit and I lose interest, and then I'll get so really excited about them again, and I'll get less interested in something else. Um, for example, like uh, so my interest in Transformers currently is a bit low, but I guarantee you in like the next few weeks, if there's a poster and when a trailer comes out, I can guarantee you my obsession with Transformers will skyrocket. I'll probably like 100 videos on it because my excitement stuff builds up. It usually takes specific things that trigger me, and I don't like doing videos just for the sake of doing them. When I do them, I like to be enthusiastic and excited because otherwise it comes across as fake, and you just don't really want that. I want to be as enthusiastic as possible, not really doing things for the sake of doing them. But yes, definitely there will, of course, be Transformers videos coming probably next month or at the end of this month. We're probably getting a trailer, so there's probably going to be reactions, discussions, theories, that whole sort of thing. Um, but you know, my interest, like for a while there, I didn't have an interest in Five Nights at Freddy's. Security Breach comes out next month. My interest in that has gone up. The Metroid excitement has rolled out. I've played Dread like 10 times. I'm getting fatigue from watching 100 videos in the other games. I'm getting Metroid fatigue. My excitement for that is wearing out. So everything I'm interested in, like something just kind of fluctuates here and there. As Metroid goes down, my excitement for Transformers will shoot up. My excitement for Godzilla will shoot up. You know, just I don't know if any of you experience anything like that, but that's how it goes. But long, short answer is yeah, of course, will be new videos whenever. I mean, there is news. I suppose I can't really call myself a news channel if I'm not really talking about the news and speculation on it that much, but and I probably should have. For someone who claims that Transformers is a big influence, and the fact that I haven't talked about it all that much is really odd. But it came down to not having a lot of faith in the film and just, I guess, losing interest in that regard. But the excitement will build up again, and there will be more discussion. It kind of goes back to what I was talking about with Fatboy earlier about views. If I'm not particularly interested in something in that moment and I make a video and it doesn't get that many views, kind of knocks me down, especially if I do get interested in it and it doesn't get that many views. So it's a dynamic that goes on there. Um, but PC port WOS. I'm not sure what that is actually. You'll have to let me know what WOS is. FNAF fan. Yeah, I've done a few FNAF reactions. The first like 2 or 3 Security Breach trailers I have reactions for in this channel. Why didn't I react to the latest Security Breach trailers? It came out at like midnight. I think it came out right as I was going to bed. I was watching Doc or something. I'd already seen the trailer. So that was the thing. I was like, okay, I've already seen it. That kind of ruins the reaction aspect of it. And I wasn't sure if there was going to. That's another thing for reaction videos with me and why I don't do them all the time is that I never know if a trailer is really going to have enough exciting stuff to make a video and discussion over. And I suppose realistically, I should just record it anyway in case there is something. But um, yeah, no, I didn't do a Security Breach reaction trailer because the last few FNAF videos I did didn't get any sort of engagement and stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe my audience doesn't really doesn't really care that much about Five Nights at Freddy's. So yeah, again, the fluctuating fandom obsession and the fluctuating views, it's all a dynamic that sort of plays into each other and throws me for a loop, really. Uh, Web of Shadows. Oh yeah, did I play the? Oh yeah, yeah. No, I haven't played the any of the console versions. I literally grew up with the DS version. I am aware though, because I had seen posters of the comic books I mentioned had like advertisements for a console version, so I knew an Xbox version existed of Web of Shadows, but I'd never played it, and I'd only seen like a screenshot or something from it. I have a 360. I have 4 games with it. I never play those games anymore. My 360 is mainly a DVD player. Um, and my Wii is mostly used for 1 or 2 games out of like the 6 I have. So I'm a bit weird with what I use my consoles for sometimes. I like the games I have on my 360. Um, Recently, I was playing the Fall of Cybertron games on them, but for the most part, it's kind of a DVD player because the actual one on my TV is kind of and band jack's kind of broken. That's another thing. Digital movies. I have a huge DVD collection. I like physical. I grew up in that with that medium. So Netflix, digital streaming, all that stuff. I don't like that. That's no fun. I love the satisfaction of just opening a box, just plopping your movie or cartoon or whatever on, and yeah, there you go. You just have the satisfaction of having the full thing. Granted, it's very much more convenient going online on a website and watching a full show or animated series as opposed to buying the entire thing. But yeah, genuinely, like 9 times out of 10, always for the physical stuff. So we're actually, I think we had, did we have a third person there? Did a third person join a minute ago, or did I misread the number? I thought someone new joined for a bit, and maybe they left. I can't really tell, or maybe it's tiredness getting to me. I don't know. Um, but yeah, no, I am somewhat of a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Sort of a casual fan. Like I have an on and off relationship. Sometimes I love it. I think it's the coolest thing ever. Other times I think it's played out and run its course. So right now I'm in the mood of this is pretty cool. I'm into this. Um, but what about you? Are you a Five Nights at Freddy's fan? Have you play the games? Are you into it? What's your thing with this? Uh, but yeah, no, I did sister location videos on my other channel actually. I only did like one or two, but again, that channel was messy. That's why I stopped uploading, even though the channel still exists. Um, I did like one or two sister location videos and some theories. One or two theories videos, and that was about it. But I fell into this mindset of if I haven't talked about it before, and if I bring up a topic out of random, it feels random and out of place, and my viewers won't care and won't want to watch it. So, kind of dissuades me from doing that in a way, really. Um, yeah. Mm. So I'm actually I've been streaming now for an hour and 16 minutes. I'm really surprised I managed to keep going this long. I thought I would stop after 10 minutes, but thank the both of you for coming out and giving me something to do with my evening, I guess. Um, but yeah, I've often actually I've considered before. No, actually, no, never mind. I was thinking to myself there out loud, but nothing worthwhile worth saying. Um, but yeah, any more questions, topics to throw my way? I'm happy to answer them. I don't know if you have asked me anything. The chat hasn't updated. So as I said earlier, I don't know if that updates exactly as you're saying stuff or if there's a delay. So if you've asked me something and it takes me a few minutes to get around to it, then there must be a delay. But I don't know. It seems like things come true as they do. Yeah. Um, God, I hate being silent. The fact I've roped two people into this, I don't want to go silent because the moment I stop talking, I feel like I lose your guys' interest, even though I'm just making stuff off the top of my head here and now to talk about. Actually, that you probably noticed, but random again, it's mirrored, so I don't know if you guys can actually. The evil within is written on this. That's what that's from. One of like the four games I have for my 360. One of my favorites, but I haven't played it in a long time. Even though I'm very familiar with it, but I haven't played it in a few years, and I've been meaning to go back to it actually for a while. But I've had a backlog of games to get through, and but I've finally gotten through that backlog. So I suppose I don't have an excuse anymore. Actually, why not make a video about leaks interview that literally makes everything pop about HL3. Um, a video of so interesting ideas. So it seems like you're suggesting so like doing a videos that I'm like, okay, here's a FNAF segment of the video, and here's a Spider-Man bit of this. Is I presume that's what you're going for? Interesting. I'd have to think about how I'd get the flow going, but that would make an interesting news video actually. That is what news channels do, I suppose, like Spawn Wave and things like that. They do throw multiple topics in. So I could get away with that actually. Um, I could. I think I did that once before. Uh, April of last year, or April of this year, actually. I did like a Nintendo news roundup for the week because there was a few topics, and I didn't get around to making videos on all of them because it all came so quickly. So I did a big mega video, but uh, again, viewership went down. But no, that's I might try that actually. I could lob in a few topics into that, and but see, the thing is, the only thing with doing that is if I throw, let's say, 4 topics into one video, that's one video then. Whereas I could make I could put out 4 videos in a week, one on each of those topics, as opposed to one video with 4 topics in it, if you get me. So that's the only thing to that. But that is a very interesting idea. I'm note of that actually. Don says, me and friends playing Super Mario Maker 2. Friend was lost and we were all laughing. Are you playing like online stages? Are you playing like maps other people have made, or are you just kind of going through the quote unquote story mode? I haven't played Mario Maker 2, but I do have the first one on 3DS. I couldn't really get into it, but I have heard the 3DS version is a bit weaker. Couldn't really get into it, to be completely honest. So, but again, like I like Mario Maker, but when it comes to the actual creativity element of it, my brain just doesn't have that capacity. But I love seeing the community aspect of it, and I love seeing what other people are online. Oh, cool, nice. That really is the best way to play it, is getting uh, playing other people's maps, because you get the randomness of it, you get the rage if that's what you're after. Um, that is where Mario Maker shines, I feel. I personally couldn't create stuff, but if I was to play Mario Maker online, would be the main thing. Um, Speaking of though, do you think we'll ever get another traditional 2D Mario? That's my question to you, because we have Mario Maker now, which combines like all the 2D Marios we've seen. Why make another new Super Mario Brothers when all those games are the same? When they could just make another Mario Maker and have us make the levels? There's the interesting topic to think about, because I mean they could make a Mario Maker 3 for next generation, but maybe people are tired of Mario Maker after this game, you know? I could That's a video topic as well. I might even I should have a pen here if I write, but I don't. I should be writing stuff down. And I would go and get a pen, but I don't want to leave you two guys alone on a blank uh, live stream for a bit in case anyone else pops in and leaves while I'm gone. So I should have arranged this at the start, but I didn't expect anyone to come in. No problem, Fat Boy. Thanks so much for coming. Again, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate everything you've said, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I might stream again in future. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you said. Um, Cheers, Fat Boy. See you again. Thanks. Um, yeah, as I was saying, Mario Maker, I could. That's a video topic I might do actually. I might even do that. That might even be the next video I do. So, Donald, you may have given me a topic for my next video. So, cheers! You've given me content. Um, okay, so I think it's just us now, back down to one person. That's cool. Have you had Mario Maker since launch, or did you get it recently? Have you made any stages yourself? That's another cool thing. as I said, I don't have the creativity for it. Even though I think of myself as a creative person, I would just redo the same ideas over and over again. So I've never bothered with it. But have you tried your hand at anything? Have you made anything um, cool, exciting, fun? Actually, so I think we are coming up on an hour and 25 minutes, which I did not think I would be streaming this long. I'm actually happy I got to stream this long because I thought I'd just be here 10 minutes and would go to bed disappointed. But I'm actually fairly happy that I got two people in here and both of you have engaged with me and given me stuff to talk about and have just been really nice and interactive. So I know it's just you now, Donald, I think, but uh, even I know you're probably listening while you're playing Mario Maker. Again, thanks so much. Even if you're just listening to me while you're doing something else, that means a lot. That you're paying any sort of attention to me whatsoever. I really appreciate that, and I may even live stream again. I might do this. I might organize another uh, day again during the week. As I said to Fat Boy earlier, I might do Saturday again. Um, Depends on what I'm doing. I am going to be starting work soon, a new job soon. So my schedule for, well, I could be free Saturday. My schedule on that will dictate whether or not I do another one of these, but that's for me to worry about. So I don't know whether I should make a video um, announcing the live stream or just do it again randomly. I think I should announce this, but I don't know. You said you got Mario Maker last week. Oh, cool. Nice one. Um, I presume you're enjoying it. You're having fun. Nice one. I got the as I said, I got the 3DS one. Maybe I think about 2 or 3 years ago. Literally right before Mario Maker 2 was announced. Actually, I didn't have a Wii U, so I never got to play the console version. But I played the 3DS version. Got a few hours out of it. Didn't really get into it that much. I'm sure Mario Maker 2 is much better. Um, Mario Maker on 3DS had some issues with needing the SD card and storage and saving and things like that. It was a bit weird. Not the most convenient way to play Mario Maker, but I still kept the game. It's still on my shelf. So yeah, I guess. So yeah, as I said, I might actually. I want to ask you actually, Don, while you're here. I know you're probably only able to type in chat when you have like a break in the game or when you die or something. So you can let me know whenever. But um, did you get a notification for this live stream or did it like pop up in recommendations? I'm just curious to know because um, if notifications are getting out sent out to people, I would expect more people to sort of come and go. But since only two people joined, I'm just wondering, was it notifications or did you just so happen to be on my channel? Uh, that's just a curious thing for me to know. Yeah, you said you have a 3DS long ago. You don't have it anymore. It's I still have my one that I've had since. I sound like I'm criticizing you like Reggie in that Nintendo Direct. What's wrong with you? Uh, I'm not. Don't worry. No, I still have my one that I got for Christmas 2013, I think. And I bought a new one last year, right after the 3DS got discontinued, just because I was worried my current one would break down. I'd have no way to play all my games, so I needed a new one because currently there's no other way to play DS or 3DS games since they're not really compatible with Switch and there's no
alternate service. So I was very much enthusiastic about having another 3DS just in case something went wrong. And who knows, maybe next gen they might add some sort of compatibility service thing for DS 3DS games. Who knows? Actually, maybe they even come out with another secondary system. I doubt it though. I feel like going forward, Nintendo's going to stick to having just one system, like merging the hybrid, merging the handheld and home console concept, as opposed to dividing their audience between a dedicated handheld and a dedicated home console, really. So, so we're at the 1.5 hour mark. Um, I think I might call it here. Actually, it's my time. Like for here, currently it's 3 a.m. So I probably should sleep at some point. What did I click? I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I might leave it here, but maybe if I live stream regularly, notifications might get sent out more, and maybe more people might join. Maybe because this is like the first time I did this, YouTube didn't notify anyone, or no one was interested. It could be that too. I don't know. But yeah, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you engaging in conversation with me. And even if you're just listening to me in the background, that's still pretty big to me. It shows that someone has interest somehow, so I must be doing something right. It just makes this feel worthwhile, and it makes doing videos feel worthwhile. So I know I'm going to keep repeating myself, but again, I do appreciate you coming along to the live stream and for staying so long and for engaging and commenting, because usually, it's easy to come along to one of these things and just watch and not engage in the chat. But the fact that you have engaged in chat and stuff uh, means quite a bit to me, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, I think I might wrap it up here. I think here's a good time as any. Um, I won't distract you from your game any longer, but um, yeah, I guess. See, I'm not really sure whether to end it or not. Maybe you're in the middle of the game and you have something to ask afterwards. I don't know, but or maybe the moment I end it, about 100 people will join. That's another thing to consider. But overall, no, I consider this. I'm quite happy with this. I got 2 people in who are there for like the duration of the stream, and I got some pretty good engagement out of it. This has made my evening. No joke. This has really made me quite satisfied and pleased with the evening. So, again, thank you so much. Um, yeah, I guess I suppose we'll call it here anytime as any. Uh, yeah, I think I'll leave it here. So thank you again, Donald, and I know Fat Boy's not here at the moment, but thank you to you as well. And I suppose I'll stream on Saturday or something. I'll figure out whether I might make a video now that I know. See, the reason I went live with this as opposed to making videos because I didn't think it would actually work. But now that I know it works, I could actually make a video announcing it, get people's interest, prepare a topic beforehand, or just prepare something to do, and this can be better. This was a trial run, and it went pretty well. So I'm happy with that. As I said, I'll figure this out and I'll arrange time for next week. So yeah, thank you for coming along. I wish you the very best for the rest of your evening or day or morning, whatever it is where you live. Enjoy the rest of your game. Thank you for coming along to the stream, and hopefully I see you in the next stream or in the comments of another video. And yeah, I really appreciate you coming along, and thanks for engaging with me. I don't know whether to do my outro or not, or to just end it. It probably would be pointless doing the outro. Yeah, I think. See, I don't want to end it without being rude either. Is another thing. So yeah, I guess I could just end it. I guess. Uh, Thanks again. It's nighttime here, so it's fine for me. I'd say good night to you. Good morning. I don't know what it is in your time zone, but enjoy the rest of your time period anyway. And I'll see you next time again. Thank you so much. See ya.